Hello, 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 hello. Happy Thursday. Making sure my little flips are flipping, Cute. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys' week has gotten off to an amazing start. I hope it's doing what it needs to do. I hope you all are making progress in whatever endeavors you are working on. I wanted to take this Thursday evening to do a AMA. This is my first one ever. Ask me anything. And so because I knew that I was going to be doing this, I allowed people to ask me questions, right? Send in questions. And then I also made a list of questions that people ask me, right? As it relates to Block, as it relates to home exchange, as it relates to the industry. And so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Now, great evening. So I will jump right in. For those of you who do not know me, I am Samella. I am the founder and CEO of Block. And that's correct. It's pronounced Block. So it's BLCK, no O. And I like to say that Block is you can think Airbnb minus the lodging fee. I'll say that again. Block, when you're thinking about Block, you can think Airbnb minus the lodging fee. So let's just jump right in. Block is a home exchange marketplace, right? Where once you are a member, you can swap homes with other members, right? So I'm not going to pretend like this is the first time that this idea is so innovative. No, I'm sure you guys probably seen or heard of the movie called The Holiday. This movie, I feel like it was at least early 2000s, late 1990s, where they swapped homes, right? And if you go on Facebook, if you go, just drop it in the Google search bar, you're going to see that people do home exchange, right? Home exchange is absolutely a thing. It's more popular among some cultures than it is other cultures. And so that's exactly why this AMA is so important, because I understand that there's questions. I understand that there are concerns. I understand that there's so much around the unknown. And so I figured, why not just talk about it? Let's just talk about it. So I'm going to jump right in. Let's talk about home exchange. You also may have heard it called house swapping, home swapping. Yes, maybe those two things, right? And home exchange, essentially, and I came ready, y'all, so I can make sure that I got y'all answers and answer all these questions. So bear with me. And if you have a question, please drop it in the comments. I'm going to stay updated on it. I hope that I'm going to cover it. If I don't, I'm quick off the dome and I'm going to get to the bottom of it for you. So, and if I don't know, I'm just going to tell you I don't know, but I will get you the answer. How about that? So, let's kick things off with explaining what exactly is home exchange. And probably like, why should I even care about that? So, home exchange is essentially the ability, specifically for Block. Home exchange is the ability to be able to swap your home with another person's home. And this is without any cost associated with it, right? This is just like neighbors saying, I'm going to be in Miami next week. Do you want to be in New York that during that same time, and we swap homes with each other. And guess what? There's no cost associated with it. It's for trust, it's for community, and it's definitely for this affordability crisis that we're living in. So we covered what home exchange is. Now, the next question is, how do I know if home exchange is safe? I get this question often because we just live in a very colorful world where most people, a colorful world. And so this is such a real question. How do we know that it's safe? And my answer to that is because other members are also listing their home, they also are taking the same amount of risk that you are taking, right? And so they share the same concerns about the safety of their home, their personal belongings, and we both have skin in the game, right? So that's what makes it that much easier. And it's almost like a baked in trust that naturally happens once you become a member. Hey, from Bangkok. Ooh, okay. We love that you're joining us from Bangkok. Okay, come through. You had such great questions last time on our future of content creation. We dropped some reels, so you might want to check it out just in case, because I know that you were just getting started with your content as well. I'm going to get back to the AMA. Okay, so the next question is, how does home exchange differ from short-term rental? This is a question that people ask me all the time. And so while they are similar, right? Short-term rental, you can think the Airbnbs of the world, you can think VRBO, you can think Booking.com, they have it, right? Like short-term renting and home exchange are alike only in the sense of staying in a home and not staying in a hotel, right? That's the most common similarity. But they are so different on so many other ways. Short-term rental is generally more transactional, right? I see your home, how much you want me to pay for it, let me send you the money type of thing, right? So it's very much a transaction that's happening amongst strangers, amongst people off the internet. Whereas home exchange is more rooted in trust, and it's more rooted in a connection, in a community. And Block is excited to lead the way in that. And we're going to get into details about Block. But essentially, the difference between home exchange and short-term rental is the foundation of the people staying there, right? A total stranger off the internet who's happy to pay you, you're happy to take their money. Whereas home exchange is more like a trusted community. I know how to find you if I need to. You came referred because you're in this community. You have something to lose because somebody else is staying at your home. So it's like a baked in trust that home exchange offers aside from short-term rental. And so there's no, there's no ding at all with short-term rental because they literally showed us so much and innovated so much around the idea of strangers staying in each other's homes. And they've done a great job at that. But it's important to understand that when you're swapping homes, you're swapping the entire house and not just a room, which is what you'll do like with the hotels and potentially even Airbnbs. Okay, so now that we got all of the questions out of the way for home exchange and what that is. Again, please feel free to drop your questions at the bottom. If you have any questions that I may or may not cover, please drop them there and we're going to talk about it. But now let's talk about Block. Again, it's pronounced block, as in neighborhood, as in the block that you grew up on. Block. So the first question that I'm going to answer is, what makes Block different from any of the other home exchange marketplaces? Okay, so That's a really good question. I get it often, right? Because once people start understanding or may have already known about what home exchange is, they're like, okay, so why do we need another one? So there's a few reasons why you need another one. But most home exchange platforms right now, they're mostly focused on once in a lifetime vacations, right? So like, oh, we're going to Europe for the summer, right? Or we're going to Africa for spring break, right? Whereas Block, we are focused on leisure traveling, which means that we believe that you should be able to live, work, and play wherever you want. And if you can work from your laptop, even better, right? If you can, you have time off and you just want to travel more frequently. So Block, the core difference in Block in the other home exchange marketplaces is the fact that we're focused on frequent traveling. We want you to do it more often, and we want you to have more fun doing it. And we want you to take your laptop with you or leave your laptop at home. But we believe that you should be able to live, work, and play anywhere you want as long as you want without the huge costs associated. And so, and I personally imagine a world where traveling is not just like an event, it's a lifestyle. Traveling is a lifestyle, and I believe that everybody should have access to it, and I believe that it should be affordable. And so that's what I'm on a mission to do, is to help more people travel more frequently without the crazy price tag associated with it. Okay, so the next question that we have is, how do you know, how do you become a Block member? And our members are called neighbors. So how do you become a Block neighbor? And what are the benefits? Why would I want to be a Block neighbor, right? That's probably what you're thinking. I've definitely been asked that several times. And so right now, as it stands, we have our applications, our wait list open for our holiday season, because we know that the holiday is approaching and things are extremely expensive, and you want to use your resources to make sure that your family's good, make sure that you can spend time with your family. And what better way to do that than to travel affordably by having a membership that you can swap homes with, right? And so the benefits of being a Block member is you're not just traveling with to stay at somebody's random house. You're traveling within a trusted community of other neighbors. So that's the first thing. And truly, that means that you're going to have a new friend in every city that you go to, right? So imagine being able to walk around like, oh yeah, I'm staying at my friend's house in Brazil when I go there, or I'm staying at my neighbor's home in Chicago when I go there. And then now this neighbor says, oh my God, these are my favorite places. You should try them out, right? It just feels a little bit more welcoming. It feels as if someone was waiting on you, and it is affordable. More importantly, affordability. And so you can definitely go to our website right now, which I am going to drop here, and then I'll pin it just in case. You can go to our website and you can submit, you can join the wait list, essentially. Let's pin that. Okay, we got that all set. Now, the next question is, how does swapping work with Block? Okay, so let's talk about it. When you are a Block neighbor, once you get approved, right, because we're going to start accepting applications for the holiday season. So once your application is approved and you're all set to go, you've uploaded your property and you've done these things, you're going to get access to our exclusive community. And this community is only for neighbors, right? So everyone in this community has listed their home and they are ready to go and stay at other people's homes. And so now you're getting in this community, you're meeting all these neighbors, and you get to browse the homes, browse the cities. And the cool thing about home exchange just in general, is sometimes you may have not necessarily planned a trip, but now you see that you have access to a home in a city that you weren't really like thinking about going to, but then you look up flights and flights just so happen to be cheap, and you're like, let me see if this home is available. The home's available, the flight is cheap, and you just make it happen because you get the time off at work or you work from your laptop, and so this is the world that I believe a lot of us desire. This is the world where I believe a lot of us are wanting to work towards. And I want to be at the forefront of making sure that we have those options to be able to do these things, because anything else is crazy. We deserve to travel as much as we want to and not break the bank, right? We have other responsibilities. We have other things that we are working towards and building towards, but traveling is so transformative. And I don't know that it gets enough respect or that people are as aware. But when you travel, you're not the same afterwards. And that could be good, better, and different. But once you make it to the airport, once you get in a car and go somewhere else, you have opened up another level of what your life can be, because now you can go and see if this city is right for you before you accept the job offer. Now you can go and see if this relationship has wings and can do these things before you relocate to another city. Now you can go and see if you want to stay at this city while your daughter is in college, right? It just unlocks the ability to test the waters before fully committing, and it just allows you to discover yourself, right? And so that is the beauty of traveling, and that is why Block brings me so much joy, and I'm so obsessed with ensuring that we bring quality relationships, quality homes, and a sustainable community to the market. Next question. What if my home is not fancy? Can I still be a Block member? We got you covered. When I think about, first of all, let me just dial back. I am from Chicago, the inner city, Chicago. And we all know Grandma's house was the house that we all, would go to, be at, live in, those things for a while, right? And a lot of us didn't get our first place. But once we did get our first place, you can't tell me that it didn't have your own flair, your own style, your own swag. It had all the things that made your home yours, right? And so that's what we're focused on. We're focused on 4 things when it comes to homes that are a good match for Block. And it's character, right? Like your own individual character. Cleanliness. My background is hospitality. Cleanliness is huge. Cleanliness is huge, because it's just extremely important. And so, the best pro tip here is, if you walked in someone's home and would be immediately turned off because it's not clean, that's how you know if yours is clean enough. If you're embarrassed, right? Like, they may say something about this. You're probably right. They probably are going to say something. So character, cleanliness, safety, right? Like locks on the doors, just kind of like being able to access it. Nobody's climbing in the window. I mean, that sounds crazy. That sounds really random. But safety is number 3. And then style, your own personal style. Make your home look like yourself. Everybody's not going to want to have this picture at their home, but when you're experiencing it as someone else's, it kind of unlocks these thoughts in your mind. It's like, oh, I wouldn't have chose that, but I can see it. It's nice. Or, so you get to experience different styles, different ways that people live. So your home does not have to be fancy. You just have to be proud of it. We love, love, love. I am huge on individuality. I am huge on you being able to express yourself in a way that matters to you. But at the end and the beginning of the day, cleanliness is top tier. It's hugely important, actually. And so regardless of the size, regardless of the decor, even regardless of the location, actually, right? If it's something that you are proud of and that you know that you would be happy to have someone stay at, then that's exactly why you should become a Block member. Next question. How do I, as in the founder, build trust within Block's community? And so this question is so important because it comes up often. People are, we live in a world where trust is not always given off rip. But me as a person, I absolutely believe and know that good people still exist. Because I'm one of them. I have friends. I have family members. I have people all around me that are naturally amazing, good people with integrity, with great character. And so Block is focused on those type of people, right? Because there are good people. We believe that that's what's going to make our community even better, right? Like rotten apples is not going to join the gang. And of course, things happen. That's what insurance is for. That's what a feedback loop is for. But we genuinely believe that good people still exist. We genuinely believe in the value of human connection. We genuinely believe that because your home is listed, my home is listed, we both have something to lose. We both have something. Hello, hello, hello. I'm trying to see who this is. Who is this? Talk about, hey, cousin. Hey, cousin. My family is so big, so like I'm sure this is one of my cousins, but I just need to check their Instagram name. We have a large family from Chicago, always repping. But back to the question. How do we build a community of trust? We simply allow good people to show up because there's so many of us in the world. There's so many of us that still exist. And those are the people that we want to welcome to our community is genuinely good people who got something to lose. You're not about to be acting crazy because you run this company or you are the corporate director of this and your kids are this and you build this. So people who have something to lose and people who know what it takes to work hard for something, they value it differently. And so we're calling those people in, whether it's an entrepreneur, whether it's a creative, whether it's a remote worker, whether it's a 9-to-5er who just balance work-life balance. We believe that there is space and places where people should be able to travel affordably, stay in and swap one another's homes and not have the concern of things coming up missing or something being broken. And if it is broken, guess what? Things happen, but you're going to report it because that's what a good person does. A good person reports, hey, I broke this, I've ordered it, it's already on the way, I'm so sorry, please forgive me, but I found it on Amazon. Like those type of things. These people exist. They definitely exist. And so that's how we build trust. We show trust first, and then it's a natural circle thereafter. Is Block expensive? Y'all, it's not. One of the things that is hugely important to me, I've never actually said this like out loud, but I come from very humble beginnings. Very, very, very humble beginnings. And so It's always been hugely important for me. Like, I'm such an underdog rooter. I really care about people who are wanting and doing something for themselves. And I enjoy like luxury things and like all of that. But Block, it was really important for me that in the cooking of Block's business model, that it was affordable. Because I do believe that travel, as mentioned before, is transformative. I believe that travel can really change someone's entire life trajectory in all things about becoming. And so I believe that everybody should have the ability to travel. And so that's why I really wanted to make sure that we can make our pricing extremely affordable. So Block is a quarterly membership, and it literally is $166 per month. So that's $500 for the quarter. A 3-star hotel in any major city. I'm in New York. So a 3-star hotel in New York, you're probably coming in at about $279, maybe 200, right? For one night stay. But you're paying $166 per month, $500 for the quarter, to be able to swap homes as frequently as you like, amongst other members who also want to swap homes. So essentially, we're saving you 80% on lodging costs if you travel once a month for 3 months. You can't beat that. $166. You spend that when you go out at night. A cute weekend outside is how you spend that $166, right? And so affordability is huge, especially with all things considered around the affordability crisis. And so no, Block is not expensive at all. Actually, it's extremely reasonable. And I do want to be very clear that these prices are beta prices. I do want to make sure that I share that. This price is because we're just getting started. We understand that we're adding value, and we're going to build with your needs in mind. And so these are our early prices in time for the holiday season, more specifically. So let's talk about industry things, right? Like what's happening around us, right? So we covered what home exchange is. And for anyone who's just joining, home exchange is the idea of being able to swap your home with another member's home without having the cost of lodging. Block's quote, Block's value prop, Block's slogan is think Airbnb minus the lodging fee. We've covered all things around Block, how much it costs, how do we provide trust, what are the benefits, right? And so now we're going to jump into industry questions, right, around like travel, around the industry itself. And why does it even matter? Like, Samella, why are you building a travel company at this time, at this stage? And so the first question that I get often is, why has home exchange become so popular? And I can't truly answer that without acknowledging several companies that went ahead of Block. And some of those companies, I know you guys are going to know. You can think Uber. You can think Airbnb. You can think Turo. You can think Instacart, right? All of those companies have proven to have a business model around the shared economy. They have shown us that people can